Your cars.
And it's going to go somewhere, and then I'm not going to be able to find all the whole thing, because that's what happens.
Are you recording, Isaiah?
There we are. We are recording, and we are not recording. We are live. So that is it. So hello, everyone. Nikki here. I am super, super lucky, and so are you. Today, I have a dear, dear friend of mine, but also a woman that knows me scarily. Is that a word? Scarily? Scaring me? Well. And she sends me a message at random times and says, is something going on with you? And she's always bloody right. So, Blue Jayd Saffire, hello.
Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, I'm so excited. I've been so excited about this. I don't like to share you, but then I like to share you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. As my son says, there's plenty of me to go around. I don't really know if he says it about himself, not me.
So yeah, Blue is going to help. Now, Blue is just someone that just knows everything law of attraction. If you get her started on law of attraction, she will keep you for weeks or even a year. But I actually asked Blue a question. It was about my own personal thing, which was, you know how you want something and you, like, I'm very much a believer, and if you want something, you get your eye on it and you just believe. You start acting as if, and that is the way I work. So I bring myself up to that vibration of just knowing, I suppose, that it's going to happen. It's like it's a done deal, and I just start acting as if. But then in the back of your mind, you have this little negative ninja going, we just need to protect you. What if it doesn't happen? We don't want you to get disappointed. And then it fights against the knowing. And so what we were going to talk about today is some things around that. And I think it's really important as well, because Blue, a lot of the work that I do with people in this group is talking about living the life that they want. Mm-hmm. And what comes into it is like, well, what do I deserve? Or what can I have? Or based on my circumstances, what would I be allowed to have? Instead of going, no, that's not the question I asked you. The question I asked you is, how do you want to feel for the rest of your life? And
that's powerful.
Those negatives that holds them back. So throwing over to you, can you give us firstly a little bit of background, who you are, how you got involved in all of this, and why it excites the shites out of you?
Okay, all right. I'll try to keep it to a minimum, because my brain just goes, into 1,000 places. Okay, first of all, I live, eat and breathe law of attraction, but my main thing in life is I've studied extensively about the science side of life, and I've studied extensively about the spiritual side of life. And what's been my mission in this lifetime is to marry the two up, translate it, and make it usable to the common person, which I am, which we all are. So I marry spiritualism with science and teach it, but in doing so and living it, I can also relay to you where you may be going off, or what you're actually doing in your day-to-day life to not bring around what you actually want. So that's pretty much what I do. I assess people pretty much on a one-on-one basis, where I figure them out. I can then redirect them and help them mentally to be able to attract what they want in their life using the law of attraction. So it is, basically energy is an invisible thing that governs everything in our lives. So using science to teach you how to use this energy to get what you want out of life, and why you are or why you aren't getting it, and why the next person gets it and why you don't. We're all the same, we're all equal humans. So that's what I do. I help people redirect their thoughts and their emotions so that they can physically experience in this lifetime the things of their heart's desire.
How exciting is that? See, this is why I love this woman, because I can listen to her all day, every day. So we've got a few people jumping on. So make sure you say hi. Let us know you're here. And if you watch on replay, let us know you're part of the team replay. Now, Blue is happy to answer questions along the way or at the end. So feed them through as we're going if something comes up, and we can always answer them or come back to them later. So Blue, talk to us about this art of knowing.
Okay. As you wrote on your page about the oxygen thing, and I'm assuming that nearly everybody's kind of read that, with the law of attraction, with energy works in a pairing up sense. So just like when we used to play pairs with the cards, you have to get the two cards that match, and that makes a pair. Energy works the same way. When you have a thought, that's also an emotion. So, love, like you think love. Love also has a corresponding physical emotion in the body. You can actually feel it. Most people feel it around this region. Yeah, it actually has a bodily effect. When you have an emotion with a thought, it registers in the body somewhere. When you have a knowing, all right, so we'll go back to the oxygen thing, right? So if you wake up in the morning and you do not think about where your oxygen is coming, but when you think about oxygen, you just have this knowing. You know it's there. You don't even think about it. Where that sits in your body, that knowing, has a feeling. So if whoever's listening can have a think about what I'm saying and find it in your body where you don't have a care about it because you know that it's there, you're feeling it in your body because it's just life. It's just a knowing. So that knowing is actually a vibration, is actually a source of energy, is very high attracting. When you just say you go, all right, I'm going shopping. I'm going shopping. That's knowing. That's a no ifs, buts, and maybes. I'm going. That has a corresponding energy in the body. So if you can identify that knowing, when you apply that to your desires and you don't feel that knowing, then you know that your vibration is off. So you need to then get to a place where you know it. This is where a lot of people struggle, and this is where I like to help people get to a point where it shifts from, but what if? Oh, I don't know. Am I that lucky? Could this possibly happen? Wishful, wishful, wishful. That's all not knowing. That all sits in different parts of the body. Usually in the gut, it's like a dread. Dread is a different place in the body. If you can do you know what I mean by that? Like, where do you feel dread, Nikki, when you feel dread?
Yeah, in the stomach.
In the gut, yep. But where do you feel knowing?
It's higher. It's higher.
It is higher. It is higher.
Yeah.
Right. And then where do you feel love?
I would say in the heart.
Right. So you see how it's marginal, but it's different places in the body?
Yes.
So feelings have different locations, but by having a different location, it also means that it's like music notes. You know how that da 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 da, but then you've got the middle ones, and then the next one, and it's thoughts are exactly like musical notes. They come out at different ranges. Knowing is like it's high. It's very, very high. It's just, it is. That's where we want to be. But anything. All right. I'm going to give you another example, which is a classic one, and most people understand this. So we desire to win Tats Lotto, right?
It's a good one. Yeah.
Right. Immediately, pretty much everybody watching this is going to go, it's going to be probably in the back of their head going, that's not going to happen. That's where that sits. It sits in there. It's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Like, because there's so much going on, but straight away, all of our conditioning says the odds are against me. You know, there's the gamut of thoughts that we have, which equal, yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
But
that for me sits
here. Why do they then go and buy a Tass Lotto ticket?
Because an aspect of them is hoping. See, we have many aspects going on, but in essence, there's absolutely no point in buying a Tass Lotto ticket when here, for me, it's here, is the program that I'm really attracting from. Because energy from here trumps physics. So the real world will bring me what I've actually got going on vibrationally, which is, it's not happening. Good luck with that, girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's not going to bring me what I want. And to use a classic example of somebody that you and I both know, who shall remain nameless, he knew he was going to win Tass Lotto. He knew it. He said to his wife at the time, I've got to go to work, buy me a bloody ticket. So he'd give her the money. She didn't get the ticket. She didn't put it on. He's gone the next week, here's the money, put the frigging ticket on. Right? How am I supposed to get out of here if you don't put the ticket on of his job? So he didn't do it again. On the third week, he's like, here's the money, put the frigging ticket on, basically, or else. The next day, he got a phone call from Tattersalls saying it was a $10 million draw, but because so many people had gone into it because it had escalated, he picked up $17 million. He knew. He just knew, and that knew. I can't. Yeah, that knew is the frequency that attracted to him that outcome. He just didn't have a vibrational anything other than this is happening. This is a done deal. Yeah, so I don't know how to check that. So
no, and you know what? And so many people go when you're talking about Tass Lotto, oh, those people, you know, those neighbours, they've won Tass Lotto like 3 times.
Yeah,
oh, so lucky.
Yeah,
you know?
And the thing with the Tass Lotto is, and I know people that have actually won it 3 times, not millions and millions, but they've won up to $1 million like 3 times. And once you've done it once, it's a done deal in you. Like you've already experienced it, so it's feasible. So you send out this different vibration. It's definitely up here, and therefore you can attract again. It literally is like that. And these people can be full on scumbags. Yeah, they can just, you know what I mean, like the worst possible people to give money to, and here they are with it. Because it doesn't matter about the quality of who you are. The world works this way, where you attract what you've got going on vibrationally each and every time. So the hope of buying the ticket is one thing. The reality in the back of the head saying it'll probably never happen is what will trump. Because it responds to you with what you've got going on vibrationally each and every time. And this is where, with individuals, I can identify where they're doing it to themselves, you know, where they're going wrong. So yeah, and basically that's what the size of it is. And with the science side of it, if you know what you're doing, you have the option to redirect it. It's really up to the individual to take onus on. A lot of people will tell you, oh no, I can't because of this reason, and I can't because of that reason. In the law of attraction, this planet is where the party's at. You can have anything and everything you want on this planet. That's what we're here to do. But we're so conditioned and we've got so many wrong programs running in the background that the program will always trump physics. That's what we want to fix. We want to get over this. We want to use science to understand what we're doing, because we are energy beings. You can't deny that. everything in this room is made of energy. And as I said, energy is invisible, but it governs our whole existence.
Yeah. It's like when they talk about a magnet, yeah?
Oh, I love magnets. I love magnets. I do.
Yeah, like a crack pipe. But I was actually watching a cartoon with my son Harper last night, and so this girl had lost her very special what do you call it? Microscope. You know, the little
magnifying glass.
Lost my words. The little detective. I'm a detective.
Glass.
Yeah. So she lost it, right? And so anyway, she's got this little animal that's her best friend, and he was able to morph into a massive magnet, and that's how they were going to find the magnifying glass.
Oh,
and
wow.
What that happened was people's chairs, people's phones, everything just started coming to this magnet. And
that's a really good example, because that's an excellent. What movie is that?
It was just some kids show that we were watching. Yeah.
That's perfect, because people go, why do I get what I don't want?
And her magnifying glass didn't come, right? And this is the thing. So then this is like, I was watching this last night and I thought, oh my God, this is like what I'm talking about. And so what happened, she felt bad. She's like, I've got all these people's things.
Yeah.
And so she put out like a little stall, and she said, right, I'm going to wait here. And as people walk past, they go, you wouldn't happen to have found a phone? It's like, yeah. So she put a lost and found, right? So here's your phone. And a man came, he was really angry. He goes, I want my chair back and I want my umbrella back. And he goes, oh, where did you find that watch? And they're like, well, I don't know. It's a magnet. It came. He goes, I lost that like 2 weeks ago on the beach. I haven't been able to find it.
That's crazy.
God. So he was excited. So then by the end of it, all of the stuff had gone back to its owners. And I kid you, well, it's a cartoon, but I kid you not, the next step in the cartoon was a sailor came and he said, oh, what are you doing here? And they said, oh, well, all the stuff's gone now. And he's like, but I thought this was a lost and found. And she's like, yeah, it is, but we kind of found all these things. And he goes, oh, well, I found something, so can I hand it over to you because it's lost and found? Ta-da! It's the magnifying glass.
Oh, that's just so symbolic. Like, and I love how they do this in the kids' shows when they like make a cartoon out of real life stuff, analogies. I love that. But that's totally right, because the minute you have the doubt, and I'm going to use that example, that's a great one. The minute you have the doubt, you've just attracted something that you don't want. It's not that it's not for you, but you've attracted it incorrectly. Like it wasn't what you wanted, but you still get it, because the law of attraction each and every time brings you what you've got going on vibrationally. Yes, I am going to be repeating that, but you could have a very big mixture of what's going on vibrationally. So the job at hand is to bring your energy to a focal point without the distraction. So it's literally, if with the knowing, there is no outside of that. It is its own energy. There is no side doubt, side wishing, side energy to distract it. It's become its own focal point. The law of attraction focuses on the dominant point that you've got going on. It does respond to everything else, but dominantly, you'll get what you've got going on vibrationally dominantly. So if I live in constant fear of anything, like I could fear anything, my dominant frequency is down here, and it's a negative nature. We call it negative. It's just lower on the vibrational scale. It's just not high like knowing. It's not a good or a bad, but it's not what you want. Because in your physics, in your physical world, you will then come across it day in and day out, things of a lower satisfaction level, like attracting those things that you don't want, like getting all those little items that you don't want, and it's not what you're looking for. That's perfect. I love that. You'll have to tell me, find out what that is, because I really like that.
So a couple more questions. I have a lot of people in this group who have little businesses, could be a little side hustle, it might be something they run from home, and they have this desire to grow their business. They really want it, and sometimes I think they want it too much, and it doesn't happen. Instead of actually going, take a step back, breathe, and then it will start happening for you. What advice can you give to people that just they're desperate to, they want something?
You just said it. Okay, so desperate. Where do you think desperate sits in the body?
Wishing.
And it's a nervous energy.
Yes.
And like for me, when I feel desperate, I get chesty, like, like, is it going to happen? And it couples in with the anxiety energy. So you ask your body what you're actually feeling, and if it's not knowing, then it's coming from somewhere else. And you sort of sit there and you worded it perfectly. It's, I desperately want this, but it is wishing, and it is, please, 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 this will make my life, and I'll be able to feed my family and go on holidays and all the other side things. But you've got to ask, where is it sitting in the body? Where are you sending it out from? So all right, so a girlfriend of mine once said to me, she goes, she had the hand, and she goes, she put sand in it. And she goes, and if you close your hand up really tight, holding onto something so tightly, because you don't want to let it go, sand's still going to trickle outside. So you're still going to lose your sand. Whereas if you open your hand and you just nurse it, the sand will just stay there, it'll be. And it's the same with your energy. If you are desperate and you're hanging on to this outcome, I need this outcome, I want it so badly, you're coming from a place of desperation, and that sits in the body, and that's considered a negative, and you will attract its outcome, which is nothing. You'll attract no outcome or a shit outcome because you've sent it out from a place of, have you ever heard, an annoying noise, like some sort of annoying noise that just does your head in?
Yeah.
That's what it's like vibrationally. You're sending out this shitty wave. Because the universe plays pairs, it'll bring you back something of shitty nature. And that may just mean that you're not succeeding in your business because you're attracting negativity because you're sending out this shitty noise. It's basically like a shitty noise, and you're getting back a matching shitty noise.
Yeah. So probably to wrap up then, if somebody is, wanting something in their life, maybe they're not sure about, I get a lot of women that say, you've been on my program, the webinars that we've run where we've talked about what do we actually want out of life. Yeah. And a lot of people go, I don't know, but I just feel, now that you've asked me, I feel that I'm probably not that happy. I thought I was happy, and now, now I'm not sure.
Okay.
So to get clarity, I suppose a lot of people are seeking clarity, but they're not asking the right questions to obtain clarity.
I think the answer to what you just said, and you've got it all going on. You know what you're on about. You do, but the thing is, people think that they want an outcome or a thing, but if you go further than that, it comes down to a feeling that they want. Everything that we want is because we think we will feel better in the having of it. Everything. Doesn't matter what it is. So the essence of what you want to ask them is how do you want to feel? Why do you want this business? How will it make you feel? Then they go, oh, well, I want to earn this money because I want freedom. Then you go to the feeling of the freedom. And if they can sit with the feeling of freedom, because I tell you what, like the feeling of freedom in me, when I look at where it is in my body, I cry. Like I feel emotionally, I feel relief. Yeah. So I focus on happy, freedom, relief. I get to the bottom of what it is that I think this thing is going to give me or bring me or help me to experience. So when with the people that you work with, yes, they want an outcome, but you would be better off asking them, how will that make you feel? And then getting them to sit with the feeling of what that thing is going to bring them. And law of attraction will respond to that quicker than you can say law of attraction. It responds to the positive. It responds to those things. And then in their physical life, they will be inspired or have a thought to go here or to go there. And then you follow the breadcrumbs that the law of attraction brings you, because it wants to bring you to that feeling, especially when those love, happiness, joy, knowing, they're all so high, but they are emotions and they are vibrations that we think the things are going to bring us. So don't focus on the thing, focus on the feeling that that thing is going to give you, and then watch that thing walk into your life, walk into your front door, walk into you. You'll be amazed. It's just crazy to watch. It's seriously crazy. And then, yeah, and that's how it works. It sounds simple, I know, but if you start practicing the feeling of what you want, as if, you know how we were talking about before, like picturing, oh, I've got this thing that I want, that's great, but it's the feeling of what that's going to give you that you could focus on more than anything else, and stay in that zone if you can.
And that's why, guys, when I do my masterclass, and we run them once a month, what we do is we pull apart the thing from the feeling, because we need you to stop having that you think the thing is the feeling, and it's not, and it's separating it out. And then we get focused on what is the feeling. And the question I ask you is, how do you want to feel in your life? Yes. Not what do you want? Oh, I want a castle. I don't care about the castle. But when you're in your castle, how do you feel?
Yeah.
And so it's really hard, because we don't normally think this way. So once again, it's the questions you are asking yourself that is going to guide you where you need to go.
Yeah.
So, Blue, you know, you and I can talk forever. Yeah. I will be getting you this weekend, because I just love picking your brain.
I'd love to come back. But yeah, it's a very intricate topic, and, you know, we just got to chunk it down, really. And if anybody's interested in the scientific side of how it all works, I've got that information, and it's irrefutable and undeniable, and you can double, triple, quadruple check everything I say and find out for yourself. And I recommend that you do that. I recommend you do your own homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if anyone in this group is wanting to pick your brain, to do a one-on-one with you or anything like that, they can comment in here. They can message me. You'll see Blue's tagged in here. So please do that. You can't steal her. She's mine.
It's funny. That's all good.
But you know what? People come into your life for a reason. And when I met Blue, I just knew, didn't we? We both just knew.
Yeah. And isn't it just coming like full circle now that everything's so relative and so pertinent, and this is the path now, you know, like this is where it's at. Yeah, we met via different meanings, but it was all about this. It's really all about this.
Yeah.
Our tribe.
Yeah. And, you know, the whole thing about, you know, this group is we want you to transform into, it's like a butterfly. The transform is the symbol of butterfly, right? Transform into something that you want. And then what we want is your life actually starting to live at a frequency that you really thrive. You start thriving. And then when you're in thrive, you watch things just come at you.
It's so trippy, isn't it? I love watching it.
Other people around you at that frequency thriving.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like what can happen in your world will blow your mind.
Yeah, it will happen in the physical. You'll see it, and you just be to this day, I still sit here and I'm just like, oh, I can't believe that. But I can backtrack it to how I attracted it too. And I'm like, oh, you did good. I'm on the back because I'm doing the work and I consciously see the outcome of it. Like visually I see it and I'm in awe of it. And I that's why I just love it so much. And I want it for everybody. I really do, because we block ourselves and we don't need to. There's a way out. And it's knowledge. Knowledge will set you free, but you have to apply it once you've learned it.
Yes. All right, Blue. Well, thank you so much for letting us pinch just like a millimetre of your brain tonight.
Yeah, it's busy in there, trust me.
I know there's a lot more there, and yeah, I'd love to have you back again to talk more things.
Yeah. Just give me a holler.
All right. So thank you guys. Have an amazing day. Thank you very much, Blue. And now you know that you need to get into the art of knowing. Knowing is not wishing. Knowing is not, all right, I'll keep my fingers and toes crossed, which is what we teach our children.
Yes.
You know, cross your fingers, cross your toes. And we teach them to wish rather than to know. So start thinking about the things that you're putting in front of your children all the time. And I'm going to find that cartoon and I'm going to do all of you.
Definitely. I'll be on the lookout for it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have an amazing day.
Thanks, Nikki.
Bye.